Hello, this is Ninja Unmatched from Ninja Tech Consulting, here to show a little bit about Windows 10. And here it is now, a few days after the official launch for Windows 10, and so far Windows just has mixed reviews. Some like it, some don't. A lot of good reviews, but then there's a lot of reviews that is based on a few issues along the way, and I'll talk about those as I go through. So, Windows 10. The start menu is now back. Yes, the start menu is back. And the start screen is still back. Sort of. So, what I mean is this. Let's take a look. The start menu, this is now the start menu. Start menu now is basically same design, lower left. Looks a little bigger only because, well, I made it bigger. So, when you first install Windows 10, the start menu is going to look like this. Without the groups that I've created, of course. I've created groups and I've grouped apps into categories that I've created. I got graphic and web design there, gaming, Android, video. Disk burning, Plain Explorer is a default. This is the default area and general. That's what I created. And so with the start screen or menu, excuse me, you can kind of customize it however you want. I happen to like it like this. It shows more. It's easier to get at the app. So as soon as I open it, I just click and keep moving. It kind of saves time having to scroll all the way down when it's been minimized by default size. So when playing with it, I see that everything is orange now. That's not really by choice. This is according to the wallpaper you choose, and the colors will adapt to the wallpaper. This is a setting you can also change in settings for the start menu. I've created some groups here. You see a lot of the same, most recently used, your username. Click on that. You get some of the options for lock, sign out, um, logins, and switch users. Network, File Explorer, or My Computer, or Computer. XP is My Computer, or Vista and newer computer. Settings and power. Or you could literally go all apps and scroll down and check out all the apps, which is basically anything that you have not pinned to the start menu. So you get a pretty much alphabetized list of all the applications or apps that you have installed onto your computer, like so. Get out of it, just hit back to here. As for the start menu, while I'm here, as far as creating categories and whatnot, what you normally do is you take a tile and you just drag it, like so. When you start dragging to a blank space, you get sort of a bar that lights up. The bar signifies a new group, or they call it groups or area where you want to start placing more apps. You kind of let it light up and let go. You take the next icon you want or app you want and you put it in there also. Now and then you move your mouse a little above it and it says name group. Click once, you can name the group. So yeah, I created a little hello group here. So now the hello group is created. You can also move the groups around wherever you want them using this little double lined. Looks like a little equal sign thing going there. And you can also delete a group quite easily actually, just by dragging all the apps off of it. So I'm going to put these back over here. And be careful too, when you light up, it means you're creating a new group. So kind of move it up a little bit here and push it back over here, like so. And now we're good to go on the start menu. So this is how I like it. I'm going to keep it like that. Next thing is settings. Once we get into the settings, as you can see, is categorize settings like 7 kind of started, and Vista kind of had it, but it's actually kind of simplified. So for most people, it would be pretty easy to figure out how to do certain things in Windows 10 now, getting to all your settings, because it's all right here. So you click on System, and you see they have the basic system settings, dual screen. I have 2 screens. Landscape orientation and extending the displays, or you can copy them to show only on 1, show only on 2, and duplicate. the screens. Notifications and actions. They have some quick actions here at the top. Then you can also turn off notifications too. Some of the notifications, and even turn off notifications that apps can give you, like the calendar, um, Windows feedback, different things like that, or notifier apps that other applications install. Apps and features actually can be a pretty useful actual tool. Gives you, find an app, maybe you want to install it or so, uninstall it maybe, or repair, sort by name, install date, show apps on all drives, and then it shows how much size, how much space on the drive the application is holding. Some of them I notice aren't showing. When you come down here, some don't show. I'm assuming eventually that'll change. So we'll see. I'm looking here. There's also a 3D builder here. I'll have to take a look at that later. Let's see what that is. I didn't really know that was even on there. We'll take a look later. Let's see. Multitasking. Snap. The snap feature is still around with an upgrade per se. What the snap feature is the basic thing when you put one app side by side and it automatically snaps to the side and fills half the screen. Same thing here. Only this time when you snap to one side, the other side shows you whatever else you have open and running. And so I'm gonna put that there. So File Explorer is open on the right, and the system settings are open on the left. We're gonna work on getting, finding out the upgrade. I'm gonna play with it now. So I'm gonna open another app. Let's try Chrome. Chrome is open now. And this is my Chrome, by the way. It's pretty cool. I like the way it looks. Taking long to open for some reason. Okay. Alright. Now, you drag it around. So let's see. We have two apps side by side. Let's work on getting more. Let's see. Here we go. So you kind of drag to the top left. Boom. And it splits that side in half. The side in half. And it still gives me the option to choose what I want here. So I'm going to click settings in and keep settings here and Chrome up here. And now I need another app to open up in that section. So how about we open the Edge browser? Okay, so we have the Edge browser. It opens up on the start, basically with the feed, the news feed, Microsoft news feed. And let's get this going here. Now we're gonna try Snap again. Only is the lower right, and boom, there it is. So now four applications on one screen. If you have more than one screen, you can literally put four more on the other screen, and it will continue to work that in that manner. Four, I've tried playing around and get more, but it won't. I guess four seems to be the number that they can have. Either way, still useful. I can work with this here. One thing I noticed though is let's unsnap it and snap it back, and now it stays. There are little maybe small quirks to it. So, whenever you start something, if it starts off half, make sure you snap them all in place to the four-way. That way they stay within the bounds of that area, like so. Pretty much. Okay, pretty cool. Works. Now you unsnap, just pull it off to unsnap, minimize, pull it off. You can also go full screen too. It's part of the snap feature. You drag to the top, gives you a little outline of how it's going to work. I'm going to minimize that. Chrome, let's close Chrome and bring settings back here. To finish off settings, you also have the virtual desktops. You can have more than one desktop. It's really it's an old school feature from like Linux, really. And you can have virtual desktops, meaning more than one desktop. So if I have one screen, I have two screens, and I can have different applications on each screen if I want to. But virtual desktops means they're separate desktops. Actual separate, meaning four applications available on one, different applications available on the other desktop. So, it's really a feature in Windows Linux. You gotta play with it, have fun with it. keep going. Then there's the task view. This is kind of like a task. Let's see what's open. Basically, you can drag off and close applications this way, pretty much. In your tablet mode, again, Windows 10, along with Windows 8, has the capabilities to be installed on a tablet. If that feature is continued with Windows 10, power and sleep, settings, storage. One little cool little thing in storage now is being able to choose where your documents, music, pictures, and videos will be saved now. So if you have more than one hard drive, and you may not particularly want all of them saved on the C drive or where Windows has been installed. You may want it on another drive, and you can choose that. You can choose that now. Pretty cool. I noticed though the C drive is new apps will be saved to the C drive. You can't change that. I'm assuming somebody will figure that out. It's probably some setting within the registry that you can choose to change that feature, most likely. So, pretty cool. This I like. That particular feature I like, and as I've used it. Well, a little example though, why someone might want to use that though. One very common reason to use that is there are new hard drives out. They're called solid state drives. They're a lot faster than the normal hard drives that have been out for years. People want to use those. They cost more for less space. You know, I don't know, maybe a 240 gigabyte drive may cost you $100 or more. You know, depending on which ones you get. Samsung makes the best solid state drives, and they cost more. 512 or 500 gigabyte one will definitely knock you back at least 300 for it. As opposed to a regular hard drive, a 500 gigabyte drive for a regular hard drive, normal. You could find them anywhere from $60 to 100. So it's a lot cheaper. Moving on. Offline maps is really the Bing Maps feature in Windows 10. It's like Google Maps or Garmin Maps. You can download maps, and basically the map resides locally on your computer, so you can access it anytime. You don't need internet access to have access to the map. Plain and simple. Kind of like how Garmin did it. Default apps choose what opens whatever applications or files by default, and the about, which is basically just about your PC. Stepping back a little bit, all the normal settings are here. One note I will say is under privacy. Whenever you do install or update your Windows 10, check and pay attention to anything involving data collection for whatever purpose Microsoft says. Like under general, definitely first time you install it, I would suggest going under the privacy settings, under general tab, and turning off the advertising ID. Okay, you can read in this video what it does. It's basically allowing applications to be able to use your ID to identify it. Really, it can be used to identify you, what you do, what you like, and you can send you ads accordingly. So you really don't want an advertising ID. I mean, I've heard stories where people are actually getting ads on their start menu. That's not cool. So for me, I don't think it's cool. So I turned it off. There are other features along the way. If you don't think you'll use them, you can turn them off. Location on a desktop PC is not that big a deal so much because the location, usually the location they get is really the closest router or whatever you're connecting to, and it could be like cities away. So, but again, tablet capabilities, location. It's like turning off GPS on your Android phone. Your location history, again, you can see where privacy might be a problem, and you can also turn off which apps have access to location. To being able to use the feature, and geofencing, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's the description right here what geofencing is. You know, that's also an option. Is there? Let's see, camera if you have a webcam, or it's on a tablet. You can turn it on and off and choose what can use it. That's pretty cool, actually. You can't even do that. Well, you can kind of do that in Android, sort of. Most though you can't. Microphone, same deal. Speech inking and typing. It's Windows and the Cortana. Cortana is the voice system, kind of like Siri on the iPhone. You know, talk, request something, and it searches for you or opens whatever you're asking for, makes calls and whatnot. Cortana has kind of been updated even further. It learns a lot of stuff, a little too much information actually for most people's taste. Um, so and that data is also part of data that can get sent to Microsoft depending on your privacy settings. Account info, which apps can access your account info. Contacts, same deal. Calendar, same deal. Messaging, again, if you have a phone, tablet, or really for a phone, text or MMS. Or yeah, I believe that would maybe apply to an MMS application too. So there are applications that do that through the internet. The radios, like Bluetooth, certain apps. Other devices, I don't know, you connect your phone to your computer, tablet, or your Xbox One, you can connect to it, a Samsung TV or a smart TV. Projectors too, also smart projectors here. I don't know, use a trusted device. I'm not sure how a projector would be a trusted device, but devices are getting smarter nowadays, so maybe projectors now may have the ability to connect to your computer even better now. I'm not sure. It's not my field there for use. Feedback and diagnostics. This is where I set mine to basic. It's enhanced and full. You can kind of read what the differences is. The description here though is still very general. It's still very general, but basic really. If you notice, there is no off or none option there. You're stuck always having to send some kind of data to Microsoft. A lot of people do not like that, so it's a thought. But I'm quite sure that people are working on it as a way to block that. Background apps. See which apps you can choose which apps can run and cannot run in the background. This is cool. This part can come in handy for those who might have a little challenge or might need a little memory issue, don't have much memory. You can help with that. Stepping back, basically all the same settings are all here. Basically, just categorize, personalize, your colors, choosing a color, your lock screen, themes. Well, themes, if I open this up, this should be pretty clear, straightforward. What that suggests, and then your start menu. And here's where you can start turning certain features off, including adding more, like your documents and your music pictures folders to the start screen, start menu. Ease of access options are still there. Pretty much basic stuff here. Settings, personalizing. Stepping off here. Let's get out of there. Next, Windows, the Microsoft Edge browser. Internet Explorer is pretty much gone, sort of. Well, let's see. The Edge browser, actually, from what I can tell, actually pretty good. It's snappy. It's faster than an Explorer. Everything is to the edge, as you can see. Refresh, back, forward, your web address or search. Then you have your downloads, reading list, history, and your download list. So your favorites goes in here also. Basically your favorites. You're writing a note on a web page. I forget what they call it. I'm clicking on it now. It's not working. So on this page, you actually can't use it. But we have to go somewhere. So I'm going to espn.com. And I'm using my mouse now. So internet here. So now it lights up. So now I can use it. So now I can click on it. It gives me these options here. I'm going to change the color to red and start writing on the page. start running on the page and say, see, I'm using a mouse here, so you can make notes and save it for later on a certain page. And you write a note, a reminder of something you might need the page for, whatever you want. I'm noticing one thing though, right? When I opened it, that's part of the page here. So you can change the color to a pen. You can use the highlighter. Now I'm going to play with the highlighter here and maybe highlight. Oh, how cool is that? I can highlight certain things in the page. Okay, and then you have the eraser. It's like more of a smart eraser, actually. It's more of a smart eraser. That's cool. Okay, so that works out. And then, what is this? Add a type note. You can add notes to a page and take clips of it. So I can sit here and take a clip of this page. So I can come here, make a clip of just a certain section of it and save it for later. Like so. Boom. Copied. It's copied now. I can then choose what I want to do with that clip. It's on the clipboard. So if I wanted to say, let's open up Paint. Oh, give me a second here. I'm noticing that when I'm in there, I can't do anything else. So I'm going to come here. So I can't even open the start menu. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I'm going to open Paint. Let's see. Where's Paint at? Paint should be under P. Okay, I don't see Paint here. Probably Windows Paint. It's kind of an interesting thing there. I don't see it. You know what? We're going to come out of that. Let's get out of that. Alright. There we go. And I should be able to just type in Paint. But nothing. Let's see here. Having a little bit of issue. I think because the video recording is slowing things down a little bit. That's what I'm picking up on right now. That it's slowing things down a bit. So let's close Edge. Let's just exit out of that first. And then come back. Yeah, the video recording, the screen recording app is causing a few issues there. So that's why it's doing it. So I'm going to take some other application here. I'm going to use Photoshop here. I'm going to open Photoshop, right? And I'll come back into the Edge. Step back here. Let's go back to ESPN. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make my little clip. I'm going to make my little clip here like so. Boom. That's my clip. Now it's copied to the clipboard. I'm on my second screen right now. Yes, I'm currently on my second screen right now. I'm opening Photoshop. And I'm pasting the clip. So now I'm going to move Photoshop back over. And you're going to see that it's now in Photoshop. The clip that I just made. It's on the clipboard. I can do what I want with it. Pretty much do what I want with it. I can share the clip. Also, I'm going to click on OneNote. And there's the clip. And then write a note about it. About the clip and save it for later. If I'm not mistaken, too, I think you could send it. You can send it, and I think you can go back to it by clicking on it, to the page. I believe so. I can't remember. I'm not sure. I know Samsung has a feature like that on their phones, and you can do that. So, but pretty cool. It works. Pretty much pretty cool. But most sites work just fine. I'm going to say best. I'm going to do a search for something here. Best. Okay, I'm going real fast right here. 2015. closing everything out. We're gonna go to the happy site. Yeah, let's go to the happy site. How about that? Give the happy site time to come up. Internet's kind of crappy, so excuse. Internet is really crappy. I'm gonna refresh that. I'm gonna take this little time to make a note. If you have Frontier, switch. If you have Frontier Internet, aka AT&T Internet, just switch. Just get cable and just suck it up. Just get the cable, man, because the internet really sucks, and that's the problem I'm running into now. We run into all these kind of issues lately with sites. So I'm gonna try. Where's that site at? There's one particular site that's actually. Oh, here it is, Move Streams. But overall, Flash seems to work just fine. Close that.
Cause the shuffle is a guaranteed jump out your for the blues.
Basically. Well, anyway, it works. So moving on. So this is the Edge browser. For obvious reasons, you can see why it might have been called Edge. Full screen option is also available. And going through the settings here, right? Share 3 dots here is where you can get the certain options here. Let's open up the page again. So all our features light up, and boom. So now you have the new window option, new and private, zooming in and out, find on page, print, pin to start, right? And open with Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer is still around. It's on the back burner. As for compatibility issues, it makes sense to keep it around. So if there's any sites that particularly need Internet Explorer to work, you still have the option. You go to the site, and you just hit open with Internet Explorer, and boom, it opens up the page that you're currently on in Internet Explorer. You know, same old crappy Internet Explorer. Sorry, I never liked it. You know, let's get rid of it. I don't even want to see it. So the option is still there. As for Internet Explorer is concerned, if you prefer Internet Explorer still over Edge, just remember Edge is better in the way it renders pages, but it's still new, so that some sites will have issues compatibility-wise with it. But overall, it does open sites better. If you still need it, you can still get it in Explorer. You just start, just find it in your start menu, and just open your start menu and start typing in Internet Explorer, and you can find it that way. I mean, you can go all apps too and find it that way too. Find Internet Explorer this way. Let me see, it should be on the list somewhere in here. Even if you can't find it, you just start typing it in, and it'll come up. You can do a search for it right here, and it'll come up. See, right now I'm having an issue because my recording software, I don't think is really completely 100% updated to work with Windows 10 yet. Kind of getting a lot of quirks going on now as I'm doing this video. Let's push through it. So Edge, this is Edge. Cool. We're going to close that. Close all tabs. Keep moving. As for the other features, everything else is pretty much the same. Your taskbar from the bottom. You have your open apps from the bottom. Internet, volume, notifications, and the time at the bottom. The time is actually pretty different. It's actually cool. I like it that way. Shows on a calendar, and you can move up and down the calendar, different months to different years if you keep going. So that part comes in handy. will come in. Like, it'll be very handy for most people. You don't necessarily need a calendar app anymore. You don't need Yahoo or anything putting a widget, some sort of calendar widget on your computer anymore. It's already there. Just one little click doesn't hurt. Just to open it up, plain and simple. Click off, and you're done. Again, also if you have two screens too, it opens up the start button, and all the icons that you see on this screen here show on the second screen also. The only thing that doesn't show on the screen is this little area here. It only shows on one screen, which is your main screen. Whatever you choose as your main screen, it'll show there. But one thing I know it does show is on the second screen, the only thing instead of this large window here, it shows like a magnifying glass icon, a real basic looking icon. So it's still there, accessible, but it's not the same. And you have your Windows Store. Now it's windowed, and you can install apps. When you install apps, though, you need a Microsoft account to do so. Again, I suggested not using a Microsoft account to log in, because once you use your Microsoft account to log in, you're giving Windows the keys to uploading all out of personal data to Microsoft servers that people everywhere claim NSA has access to and whatnot. I'm just saying it right now just to get it out of the way, just so people know. But of course, when I click on it, it's going to ask my Microsoft account. Windows 8 did the same thing. I logged in locally as a local account on Windows 8. And then if I wanted to install anything, I could also still install something without having my Microsoft account attached to my Windows account. So it was that way on Windows 8. It should be the same way on Windows 10. I can't see why you would change it. It doesn't make any sense. It works that way. Just remember, when you do it, just make sure pay attention to the options along the way, so that it doesn't. Because it's probably going to ask you anyway. Do you want to attach it? Just say no. This time only. That's it, and keep moving. So I'm not going to install that now. We'll do that later on. And so this is the Windows Store. Going through all the options. Now I'm going to check this 3D out here. There was something here that I saw that, here, 3D Builder. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to play with it and see. It says 3D Builder Library. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to play with it a little bit here. Comes with a 3D Builder. Okay, I'm going to go to chess pieces now. Tracks. Interesting. Okay. Alright, you know what? Let's try it. I'm going to take this. Oh, really? Oh, okay. You can build something in 3D. Huh. This has changed the camera view. This is the size of moving it this way, moving it that way. How about off the floor? See, now it's off the floor. Cool. Putting it back on below the floor? Really? Okay. No, it's below the floor. Okay. Cool. Actually, basically what I'm getting out of this is I'm gonna have to play with this a little further. According, it looks like you can make your own 3D scenes now with this little app, and it comes with Windows 10. Huh. How cool is that? Let me see here. I'm gonna click this button here and see what I can do. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Let's get it off the floor. Make it bigger. Can you separate the pieces? I want to take one of these pieces off. Apply material. Now I'm just gonna move and apply some material to it. I'm gonna choose red material, and well, that's it. Add. Well, again, yeah, as you can see, I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't really know what I'm doing. But create a new scene, add whatever I want, and print it. Cool. Definitely something to play with. Definitely gonna play with that and save it as an image. I wonder what you can save it as. Let's see. Let's step back a little bit. I'm gonna put a little truck in there. Here we go. I'm gonna put this truck in there, right? And then be like done. And I'm gonna save it. And what options does it give me to save? Let's print. 3D printing service. Oh wait. for 3D printing. Okay, it's for 3D printing. Okay, let me see here. How about saving it? That's really the main feature here. What I do to save? I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna push it back here. Keep it on the ground. Take it off there. Now, if I want to save it, then what? I don't see a save feature. Oh, there it goes. There it is. This is a save feature. Save. 3MF format. Yeah, this is 3D printing. These are all 3D printing formats. Interesting. Huh. Well, this makes me want to get a 3D printer now. Moving along. Cool. Let's close that out. Let's get a little 3D printing app on there. Cool. So moving along. Windows 10, pretty much. The show desktop button is still there. It's like way in the corner. It's a little hard to get to, but it's still there. Show desktop, hide desktop button is still there in the lower corner. The desktop preview, let's open this one up. We still get previews. Minimize that. We still get the preview. The previews are still there, like so. And my computer or File Explorer. This is how it looks when you open it this way. And we're going to move on. So again, this is Windows 10. My name is Ninja Unmatched from Ninja Tech Consulting, and thank you for watching.